How much of Georgia's crime do you think is related to gang activity?
Too much. The GBI has said, upwards of 70 and even 90%. And it's not just the violence. It's everything from car break-ins to burglaries to human trafficking to shootings.
The Georgia Gang Investigators Association estimates there are at least 70,000 gang members in Georgia, 50,000 in metro Atlanta alone. Georgia has one of the strictest anti-gang laws in the country. It allows law enforcement and prosecutors to add a separate gang charge. But Willis says this tool is being widely underused.
It's absolutely not being used to the extent that it could.
In a private letter to Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens, she writes, of the 28 homicide prosecutions currently under indictment in our gang unit, in only 5 cases did APD seek a gang warrant at the outset. She says individual officers are not to blame, calling it systemic shortfalls that need to be corrected. She's hoping to do that by adding a new tool.
What we have been doing is not working, so it is time to do something new.
In a bold move, the DA has suggested specific language for a bill that's going through the legislature right now. It would allow prosecutors to bring all the charges against an alleged gang member in one county, even if part of the crime happened in Fulton, another part in DeKalb, and another somewhere else in the metro. It would also allow evidence of past gang crimes, which was prohibited before. With 25 sponsors, the bill already has a lot of support.
That will allow prosecutors to tell juries the entire story. The criminals don't care that they crossed over a block and that this one thing that they did occurred in DeKalb and not in Gwinnett. And so it only makes common sense.
Make it a fuller picture.
A complete picture.
To prove how serious she is, she wrote every law enforcement agency in Fulton County to request they bring her cases under the anti-gang statute. She says it's time to do more than talk about it.
There seems to be 2 schools of thought in how to handle crime. There's either the programs and rehabilitation or there's prosecution. How do you walk that line as district attorney?
And that's very, very frustrating to me, a very, very frustrating phenomenon. It's like you're either progressive or you're hard on crime. And what I would say is the best practice is you're both. I don't consider myself to be a tough on crime prosecutor or a progressive prosecutor. I consider myself to be both. If you commit a violent crime in Fulton County, Georgia, we are going to be extremely tough. And I don't lose any sleep about it because I think you need to be removed from our community.